into this. So again, this first series of the day is going to be on the old patch. That is not the thing I want up over here. Aye. There we go. Fixed. Day saved. So yes, this one is played on the old patch, with the rest of the matches here today are played on the new patch. So that's why we've got this one lined up first. It all makes sense now if you think about it. Bottom left-hand side, representing isIMBA. It is Soul. Now, he is, of course, actually part of OSC Elite, but he plays as a mercenary for isIMBA here in this season. As we have to the upper right-hand side of the map, our pink Zerg player from Meliora Esports, it's Eggs. Actually has been seen a lot lately and had a decent-ish set of results in the WSG America Regional Finals, and also, well, I mean, when you go up against Serral and IEM Pyeongchang in a best of 5 is your only chance to prove yourself, I don't think you can be too disappointed when you end up getting eliminated, as we will be seeing the pool already on the way down for this hatch gas pool setup. So that's on the way, that's coming up, and we're going to be seeing this Overlord continue to come through the top side, and an Overlord down to the south side as well. So early Overlords getting into position to scout and to figure out what is going on throughout the early stages here. As we do see that Reaper of Soul just currently building up on this barracks as well. And a CC should come down any moment now too. So there it is. Command Center drops down on the natural expansion. And this all gets set up to get ready to go. So Soul against Eggs is getting underway as we get this rolling. So again, what's up everyone today? How you all doing? Super excited to get the wrap-up of the Season 8 of the Team League preseason done, because that means we can focus on the main event, which will be coming up... really within the next week or so. We want to try and get this rolling ASAP. Tonight for me is going to be a lot of admin work, because I'm going to make sure that it all gets sorted out. We're going to get our broadcasts ready and stuff like that, and some other bits and pieces. So it's exciting times, because we are indeed pretty much ready to get this started. As soon as we have these matches concluded, we'll know pretty much all 10 teams that are going to be taking part in the Team League. There's a slight... I guess there's a slight kind of difference where we do have one team left to be invited, which isn't announced just yet, but I'm sure that will be made known sooner rather than later, and you guys will be able to know the entire setup of 10 teams that will be taking part. As you're going to see, this Queen pushes that Reaper away from this high ground, and that Reaper pulls back in towards the center of the map now, as we are going to see it just pulling down the right side here with a third hatchery. Going to be continuing on up as well. It's about halfway done right now as Link Speed and Pneumatized Carapace coming through in an Evo Chamber already. Probably just looking for a very fast +1 Carapace here in these early stages. Kind of interesting. You don't really see the Zerg players opening Carapace anymore. There was a build that we saw a lot when 2-1-1 was a popular kind of build order, because when 2-1-1 was very popular, getting that Carapace on Lings early helped a lot against the early marine attacks. You could tank a lot more damage. You could just trade a little bit better in general. But now, you know, if you get that Carapace early, what release do you have? Well, maybe he's just going to go all in instead. Maybe he's not looking for an upgrade. I guess I didn't really think of that as a possibility here, I suppose. I kind of blanked out my mind, but with the Pneumatized Carapace finishing, I guess it makes sense to just get the Dropper Lord up and to drop the Queens while spamming Zerglings across the map. So I guess that is maybe the more realistic way that this is going to go, and you can see it right now. It's already setting up the first Dropper Lord morphing in. That does make a little bit more sense here. So it's going to be getting very aggressive here right away in game number 1 of this. As you're just going to see those Queens gathering together, and a lot of these Zerglings running through the top side over to the left. A couple of Hellions already positioned themselves on this left side as well. As you are going to see the Reaper throwing down a grenade. There's a couple of Hellions backing away with it as well. And then these units coming back in. As you're going to see a few more Zerglings just popping out across the map already. Some Lings going to get into the natural as Hellions are not here, and so we'll start doing a little bit of damage. A Liberator will not really be the best of units to help out with this, as might just keep it here anyways to help defend. I mean, with the Queens coming across, it actually isn't a terrible idea, and there is that drop load with the Queens inside coming across the map right now. There's a few of those Zerglings getting picked off there, and we are going to be seeing Liberator and more of these Hellions getting set to go out into the center. Queens currently leading the charge. Just going to be trying to drop in towards the natural in the next few moments. Ling is moving forwards as well. We are going to see those Hellions able to start fighting there, and we're just going to see the depot raising. So Soul begins to set up in a way that will help him to defend this, as we see more of those Hellions taking some more damage. Lings are fighting at the front, but well, taking quite a bit of burn damage as well as they go. Queen's still just transfusing each other here, keeping that Overlord alive as well with the transfusions. As you're going to see, well, he's actually out of transfusions now to keep the Queens alive. It looks like he is out of transfusers. As you're going to see, this Overlord is just going to drop these Queens down once again. He loses the Overlord though with the Queens inside, and Soul still holds the wall off as well. And he's just killed so much here. Eggs loses everything in that drop. He has a lot of Lings on the map that now aren't able to do anything with so many Hellions still out as well. Third CC of Soul is going to finish too, so his economy is still great. He even has a Liberator to go across the map and harass, while there's still a fairly low number of Queens too. Soul's got Stimpack about to finish, so that's another benefit for him, even if he doesn't have those Marines up just yet. For now, I mean, the Hellions will be able to control the map anyways. Against those Zerglings, they're going to have an absolutely fine time, and they keep on moving out here to see just where else they can get to and what else they can find. It's going to be having that couple of engineering bays coming up as well here from Soul. Command Center on the front of the natural is finished and now starting to morph into an orbital as well. Two more Overlords just coming all the way up to the top side of the map right now as these Hellions being chased back by those Zerglings. A few more of those Lings going down as those Lings do split up, and there's that Liberator Siege, 5 kills so far on it. There's just going to be seeing finally these Hellions actually going to get cleaned out, it seems, but maybe still not super efficiently. Wow, the Hellions somehow not fully surrounded still. Finally they go down. It feels as though they got a lot more damage done than they should have been able to, as we're just going to be seeing Eggs continue to set up into this right now. 1-1 upgrades from Soul. They start up. I mean, Combat Shields is on the way too. Now he's actually got the reactors on the barracks. He can start a lot more Marine production. And Soul is getting past that sort of scarier phase of the game where his production isn't really set up, etc. And he's getting into a much more comfortable position, as we do still see here out of Eggs. Well, he's still got some Zerglings on the map, but what is he going to achieve against a walled-off natural CC? I mean, he's got a third base ready to fly out as well, so still, that's still going to add into his economy. He can rebuild SCVs quickly. He even got a bunker up just in case there is a follow-up all-in. It's not the case though. I mean, a Lair on the way, throwing down a second Evo chamber, so Eggs even looking as though he maybe wants to go in towards a couple of upgrades now. As we do see that Lair is about halfway done, +1 Carapace. On the way on this Evolution Chamber, this Armory is starting to build at the front as well. As we're going to see the Cyclone and a few more Marines pushing out and getting ready to fight against a few more of those Zerglings as well. This CC is going to get ready to land, and it will drop down just now, so CC drops, and we're going to see those SCVs continue to come on over and to mine away from this position. Still a lot more Lings coming up towards the top side, and just going to be seeing another Queen moving out. Just going to be seeing those Medevacs moving out on the map as well, though. Soul, first time he's really on the map himself, being aggressive beyond those initial Hellions. And he's just going to be able to start unloading and just going to be seeing a whole bunch of these Marines getting ready to run on forwards and in towards these bases. So getting ready to go push on into this here, as we're going to be seeing 14 Marines going to find themselves a Queen instantly. So that Queen goes down. We're going to be seeing these Lings and Banes going to be under a little bit of fire as well. A few more of those Zerglings dropping here at the moment, as you're going to see the Marines just going to turn around. The Banes just aren't ready. If the Banes aren't ready, I mean, Soul, he's going to have a party here, and even if those Banes finish up now, 3 of them with no speed, I mean, the target fire will just come down very quickly. Soul is very good at target firing those Banes if he needs to, and I'm pretty sure that that's not going to be an issue for him. He gets rid of all of them without them connecting on a single Marine, and that is GG, well played, as Soul will pick up game number 1 of this best of 7 all-kill. The top left-hand side of the map, our blue Zerg player from Meliora Esports. Let's hear it if you're cheering on Sword Off. And to the bottom right-hand side, the red Terran player from isIMBA, it is Soul. And he is going to open with the 2 racks here, as already 2 SCVs leaving the base, heading across over to the left-hand side. Going to get ready to throw down a couple of barracks and to go from there. So first barrack starts to come on down. I'm sure the second will be not too far away. Actually going to be going for more than just the 2 racks here. Third SCV coming across. Going to make this free as sort of is scouting around, but he's scouting maybe not far enough, because who expects the proxy racks to be this far away? I mean, this is really far down on the map, but maybe that's why the whole point of this is to be a 3 racks rather than 2 racks. And 2 racks is kind of like pressure into an expansion. You're pretty much always going to expand behind it. You're very rarely going to straight up kill the Zerg. But with something like a triple racks, you are going to have those Marines just stacking up, and you're just going to go for one big attack, and so it kind of matters a little bit less that you are going to be having those barracks just a little bit further away, and even a 4th barracks coming down here as the first racks finishes, so just going to stack up Marines for as long as possible. However, first Overlord is on the way down the left-hand side here, and that's going to be sort of's way to perhaps get in here and to see just what is going on. As we're going to be seeing the, obviously, I mean, all the racks over here, right? So, well, let's see what happens. We're going to see this Overlord continues to come on down, and it's going to keep on seeing the Overlord moving through, and it's about to see this information, so sort of immediately going to be looking to cancel the 3rd hatchery, and I mean, there he is. He sees the 2 racks. He doesn't see all 4 of them, though. Pulls that Overlord away, wants to get to high ground so it doesn't get picked off here as well. And again, third hatchery will just cancel. Obviously, that's 300 minerals he will not get a return of investment from if he lets it finish up. So, just going to be, instead, building up a spine crawler. Immediately goes into a roach run as well. A nice sturdy way to kind of deal with this is going to be seeing the few SCVs that were building racks moving forwards now with the first Marines. And off and away we go as Soul is going to try and break down Solve to take a 2-0 lead for his team here in this event. So coming up to this top side, you're going to see those Marines and SCVs moving forwards, and well, already the Lings continue to kind of back away up and towards the high ground. And here we go, the Marines and SCVs going to start getting ready to fight. Already a drone or two going down, some Zerglings taking some damage as well. SCVs continue to pull back. And this Queen taking a few more shots. Spine does finish though on the high ground. Makes a very difficult position to push into. There's more Lings on the way out, finding a couple of Roaches as well. And those extra Lings just go down so quickly here as more Marines arrive into the party. And this natural expansion may very well be fallen. I mean, the Roaches are on their way, but only 3 of them. Can they really fight against this many Marines? I mean, that's the power of the 4-racks. So many Marines so quickly, and this hatchery is going to fall. So hatchery drops, and that's already a good start from Soul, but definitely not the end of the game just yet from sort of. I mean, it's a huge investment that Soul has made to make 4 racks on this side of the map, and so far, not the end of it. He actually scans up here. He's going to start pushing up as well, and I don't think I agree with this. I mean, the Ravagers here, the Spine Crawler, is dealing a lot of damage as well. He targets down a Creep Tumor, but he loses every single Marine in the process. Oh my gosh. Soul, what have you done? Because suddenly you don't have very many units left at all. A bunker with 2 Marines inside is not much. And suddenly sort of has some more potential on the map. If he gets past this bunker, he gets across the map, there is nothing there to defend. And there isn't like there's a good amount of Marines to kind of slow down this bunker from being picked off. We're just going to be seeing him continue to fight this now. Corrosive Bile comes down. The bunker will just salvage. But surely, sort of here, if more Roaches haven't just popped out and haven't won that fight previously, surely he thinks about going across the map or at least shutting down some reinforcements. Either way, let's see which way he approaches this. He's going to see, well, it's a good amount of Marines still. Might actually lose a Roach or 2 in this fight, although he should be able to clean up in the end still. Ravager still fighting. The extra Roaches actually come back into this as well, as Soul is still pushing up this left-hand side. Continue to move on away as we're going to be seeing a few more Marines continue to come out as well over towards the left side here. And there are a couple of Marines getting set up as well. Spinecrawler will begin to burrow. There's Ravager going to be finishing up as well. And these Marines still just advancing forwards. I'm just going to be seeing those Marines slowly being picked off one at a time. Spinecrawler back in play, and we're going to see a couple of corrosive biles to kind of force the Marines forwards. I mean, another Spine dies, right, but it's still good trades here out of our Zerg. He even keeps this low health Roach alive. That can even become a Ravager for full heal in the very near future. And again, it looks as though sort of is just taking advantage of that point from where we saw basically the we basically just saw the main base being held, right? I mean, this ramp was held, the Spine Crawler on top just shut down so many of those Marines, and now what really is there? I mean, there's a factory building at home and a CC, but these Roaches are coming across, Ravagers too. I just don't think there's going to be a way for Soul to hold on to this now. Those Ravagers come forward, and they are going to pick off. Well, already there's one Marine, and the second Marine goes down too. I mean, that's the issue, right? And the rest of the barracks are still floating home, so there's still no units. It's going to be GG, and sort of is going to pick up game 2 to tie this series up 1-1 in the best of 7. But yeah, preseason, last day of it, and again, the main tournament will be starting up in the fairly near future. We're going to be working hard to get that on your screens as soon as possible. It's a busy week or two for us, though. Tomorrow we've got more WardiTV weekly action, a Korean server event, as we're going to be bringing you guys the WardiTV weekly number 24. And then we are going to be also bringing you guys more action on top of that as well. Next week is really what you should watch out for. Wednesday onwards, we have every single day the WardiTV the WardiTV Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament, $4,000 of prize money up for grabs. Going to be a lot of fun, going to be a lot of cool matches. And, well, maybe if you guys behave today, then maybe we'll reveal a couple of the players who are going to be playing in that tournament, because I've got a full lineup apart from 2 players I'm waiting to confirm. So we've got pretty much an entire set of players, and I kind of want to tell you who they are, but we'll see, we'll see. Anyways, for now, let's introduce our players, because there's a 12 pool going on to the bottom right-hand side. From our red Zerg player, he's representing isIMBA. It is Impact. Going up against the blue Zerg to the top left-hand side from Meliora Esports, taking down Soul in game number 2 to tie the series up 1-1. It is sort of. What's up, AO8 coming in with the 2-month resub. How you doing? Thank you so much for the 2 months of resubscribing. We've actually had quite a lot of 2-month resubs in the last couple of days, which is really awesome to see. I always say this, but obviously 2-month resubs is kind of like, you know, it's like more than just the first month, right? So it's cool to see you guys coming back. Thank you, AO8, for the 2 months. Let's see some Wardy hearts in the chat. As I'm not gonna lie as well, I'm also just kind of a little bit scared to watch my sub count over the next few days. I'm like, oh my god, like, we've already dropped about 140 subs over the last week or two when I've been casting away, and I get the feeling that the next couple of days are going to be rough as well, based on the fact that last month we had a lot of subs coming in because of my birthday weekend and stuff. So I'm a little bit worried, but we'll see. Anyways, going to see Lings continue to fight here. Is going to see a few of them from Impact just backing away and sort of able to come down this ramp and is able to continue fighting here. I mean, in general, I mean, Solve's defended this well. Obviously, he should have done. He went gas pool hatch, which is basically a bit of a build order advantage over what Impact has done. Mostly because you get your Lings up in time to defend, and also you're going to have the faster Ling speed and Bane Nest still to counter-attack and to do something with also. Hatchery will stay alive, worker counts are dead even, although Impact has already started up a couple of workers, so that will help him out just a little bit further here. As those Lings just setting up and just moving back down. Bale Nest is about halfway done, 4 more Zerglings on the way up. I'm just watching right now for that Ling speed to finish, because that's when sort of can maybe get onto the map and get something done. He's fallen a few workers behind though, because he is just primarily making Lings here. And hey, you know, with a Ling speed coming up, Bane Nest about to finish, there's a lot of possibility that he will indeed have enough to actually just straight up say, okay, well, you know, I'm going to win this game with this counterattack. But if he doesn't do enough here, Impact will have a massive worker advantage, and that could go a long way for him. But already setting up with these queens to block the wall off, and just to defend in general, I mean, that looks great. He starts a spine crawler too. If Impact can buy enough time, this could be very troubling for sort of, as we're going to see some Lings going to try and wrap around the backside here. No real opportunity so far, as Queen's just picking off the Lings that run up this ramp. Now they're going to come down because it's going to be, they can pick away at these Morphin Banelings, so that's obviously not great either. One of them will finish Morphin as now Lings from the other side. They're going to try and start fighting here, but just doesn't want to actually commit. Wants to wait for the Banelings perhaps. And here we go, sort of going to push on forward. Still making Lings, by the way, so he doesn't have any kind of drones on the way behind this. You know, he's still focusing on winning this game right now. As these Queens trade out transfusions, it's really slowing sort of down quite a lot. He gets a kill on one of the spine crawlers still coming up. The first Queen went down, but a second transfuse on the second Queen keeps it alive as well. So we're just going to be seeing these Zerglings continue to get picked away at, sort of continue to drop down in numbers. There's a few more drones getting pulled in, and those Zerglings have sort of continue to just get turned away at the moment. So Lings are sort of not really finding much luck at all. We're going to see the Queens and the spine crawler helping to push those Zerglings back, and we are going to be seeing again 2 more Overlords, another Queen on the way up. I'm just going to be still waiting just to see exactly what happens next. Again, there's those Overlords going to be finishing in just a moment or two here. Those Queens continue to pop out from Impact. He's got 4 of them up, and now, I mean, just able to kind of keep on injecting and all the rest of it as he throws down an Evolution Chamber. It feels as though this drone here is looking for a Roach Roaring. And it's just kind of set up to maybe do something like that. There's a couple of gaps in the wall. Can be filled by a Queen here and a Queen there. So this Queen's going to be moving back in a location. As we're going to be seeing these Zerglings coming around the right-hand side. Once again, getting ready to dive in towards the natural in the next few moments. +1 missile attack upgrade on the way out here at the moment. Blair coming through. Some more drones on the way up, and the Evolution Chamber continue to come on into play. And there's just going to be seeing the Zerglings once again just backing off a little bit here just for the moment. Rotoron is about halfway done at the moment as well, so that's continuing to come on up. And we are going to be seeing the rest of these few drones. They're just going to be finishing very, very shortly as well. Evo Chamber drops down next to this Rotoron, is going to be seeing still the lair on either side on its way. +1 missile attack upgrade now on the Evo here. Here we go, Zerglings moving forwards and just trying to see maybe what they can do in the next few moments of this. Ling's going over to the right hand side, still not finding an opening, and sort of just trailing in general because of the way that this game got set up. You know, he lost out on so many workers initially because he decided to go for this big follow-up counter-attack, and he just didn't do any real damage with it. Killing a Queen in that scenario is just not enough. And he's been trailing on workers since then. It's going to be very difficult for him to actually deal with what is now turning out to be just a big old roach attack coming out of Impact. No third hatchery on this side. He'll throw one down now down on the low ground, but you know, he's got +1 on the way. He's only making roaches. He's going to attack in the next couple of minutes. And when he attacks with roach speed and +1, I mean, look at the time of the +1 that's in his favor. He's got a long time where he's going to have those upgrades helping him out. And everything just looks very difficult for sort of at the moment here to try and take the lead for Meliora. It looks as though isIMBA might be back into the lead after this game, unless sort of can find somewhat of a miracle to turn around this current roach setup, because Impact is just looking so very strong at the moment. Mauling is down the right-hand side as the Queen in the main is pushing away an Overseer. Now, Overseer again pushed down the left as this Queen going to jump onto it as well. And just going to be seeing the Overseer does drop down a Changeling, which could be taken down too. Just gets rid of the Overseer first, though. So sort of picks up a kill there. I mean, that's something which goes his way at least. As Impact is even bringing Queens across the map. That's how committed he is to this fight. Having Queens coming across, and that also helps because he can just pick off these Overlords, while also having the Queens there to transfuse as well. As we're going to be seeing Zerglings coming up in towards the main base. So they're also going to be having a little bit of a look to see what they can do. As Maulings moving around, getting into the action there. Some Zerglings coming in from sort of picking off some bits and pieces also. Well, here we go. A lot of roaches starting to come out and onto the map and start to target their way through these rocks, as we're going to be seeing just so many roaches coming across here. A couple of Queens coming up as well. And, well, there you go. The rocks starting to be targeted down and just going to be opening up the pathway here towards this upper left-hand side, and a few more Ravagers on the way up. So a few more Ravagers coming through at the moment as here we go. All these roaches going to push on forwards and just going to be hitting in the next few moments. Roaches doing a pretty decent job of this so far, as we're going to see. Well, Impact has that +1 advantage. The Ravagers definitely help sort of out a little bit, but I mean, it's just going to be way too much here. You can see the roaches just breaking through the defenses and sort of is just not going to have an answer for this, as you see Impact way too strong, way too good. And he's just going to clean this up with ease now. Whenever Ravager goes down, a couple more units here and there, and everything gets picked off. GG! And Impact takes game number 3 and puts his victory. Let's go in game. Let's see what happens to the top left-hand side. The red Zerg player. No 12 pool this time around. It is Impact. He's going up against the orange Zerg to the bottom right-hand side from Meliora Esports. Jim Rising. Isn't Season 7 still going on? The only part of Season 7 that remains is the Season 7 Grand Finals between Team Liquid and Team Expert. So we've just been working on getting that wrapped up, but we also wanted to get Season 8 started because we really didn't want to have it delayed too much longer. We wanted to get it going. We wanted it to be something you guys could start watching and enjoying and following, and that's what we've been working on lately. So, yes, Season 7 has still got the Grand Finals left to play, but other than that, we are mostly focusing on Season 8 now, and so on. Yeah, no scheduled date for the finals yet, simply because there's just been a bunch of offline events. Obviously, Leipzig followed by that other tournament, WSG America Regional Finals, and IEM Pyeongchang. But we are hoping to get it done in the next week or so, so we're just trying to figure that out. Just trying to figure it out, trying to see what works, what doesn't, etc., etc. It's kind of, you know, just one of those things that with the offline events, it makes it a little bit more difficult, so fingers crossed we can get that sorted, as we do see a hatchery on the way from both players here to get started. Queen on the way up on this main base, and we are just going to be seeing a couple of Overlords coming down to the south side of the map. Obviously, once this preseason wraps up, we're pretty much ready to start Season 8 as well, so that's something we're starting to work on too. And like I said, the next few days is a lot of kind of admin work for me, because I'm making sure the Team League is ready to get going and stuff like that, so yeah, looking forward to it though. Looking forward to it. Should be great. You know, already the preseason's been a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys have been having a lot of fun watching it. So, yeah, it should be great. Season 8, new format, more competitive in general. Should be awesome. What's up, Zablunk is Zablunk, coming in with the 3-month free sub, sorry. How you doing? Says, really enjoyed your casting at WCS Leipzig. Well, thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed. Get some love in the chat for the 3-month free sub from Zablunk is Blunk. Zablunk is Zablunk. Thank you very much. Your name is really one that makes me want to say it like 5 times over to really try and nail it, and then even after 5 times I'm still struggling. Thank you for the 3-month free sub. Appreciate the love, and glad you enjoyed me at WCS. As you are going to see a drone and a few more Zerglings on the way out. Just moving over towards this third base. There's a couple of Zerglings from Impact going to be off and away, moving over to that left-hand side. So that hatchery does drop on down there. Link speed going to be completing shortly. And we're just going to be seeing that Rotron currently on the way up at the front alongside an Evolution Chamber. So Rotron and an Evo Chamber on its way down. As we do see more and more Zerglings on the way up. Link speed continuing to finish up here as well. And again, just more Evos coming through, hatcheries dropping down, and bits and pieces like that. These couple of Speedlings coming forwards and actually continuing to fight their way through that Zergling. Able to pick up a kill there nice and easily, as we're going to be seeing more of these Zerglings from Jim Rising coming all the way up to the top side. Going to be looking to maybe try and poke on through here in the next few moments, as we're going to be seeing all these Lings just trying to break on through this position. Jim Rising attacking and attacking, but already just Impact is already set up with an Evo Chamber wall and a Rotron. What's interesting is he actually cancels the upgrade here, so maybe even was a fake out for him, because he just wants to go for a big Roach attack. So he's trying to, tell Jim Rising, hey, look at me, I'm going for, macro play and get my +1. Don't worry about me attacking you anytime soon. When the reality is, Impact's about to spam a lot of Roaches out, he's about to run across the map, and there's going to be a whole ton of Zerglings to follow that up as well in the very near future. So again, that setup and rolling is going to be seeing these Roaches continue to gather up and get ready to go across the map. So they're going to be starting to move over. And now Jim Rising sees those Roaches and he's going to start realizing, oh, well, that's not just a couple of Roaches to play defensively. As, oh my god, that Roach slips into position just in time there to block those Lings. Third hatchery might not come down, but is there even a need for a third hatch right here? Impact moving across the map right now, looking to take his isIMBA onto match point, as he comes all the way down to the south side. Lings come in and they get a full surround on that Roach, which then starts to morph into a Ravager. Some more Lings coming out as well, as these Queens continue to trade a little bit with those Zerglings. And again, all of these Roaches now arriving down to the south side, and they're going to start pushing on in towards this natural expansion to see what else they can do. So Roaches pushing in towards the naturals. Are going to see some drones going to start pulling in here. A lot of those workers going to start dropping as Impact just has a lot. And I mean, even the units that are out with Jim Rising, I mean, they're starting to come out in very weird locations, split up all over the place, and we just can't get enough together at all. And that's going to be GG. Impact takes the map, and he's going to put them onto match point, 3-1, and Meliora Esports are left hurting. However, I believe this was the matchup which had an issue, and unfortunately, as sad as this may be, unfortunately Meliora Esports on the day had some technical issues with their final player, and they were not able to get a final player out and ready to play in time, and so the final game did go the way of isIMBA, which actually, these stupid replays make that stupid sound, which actually confirms that isIMBA take the 4-1 victory because of the walkover in the final game, and isIMBA go 4-1, and they take down Meliora Esports to qualify themselves into the main tournament of the WardiTV Team League Season 8. So, unfortunately, the final game there was a walkover, and that does therefore give us our 7th team in the WardiTV Team League. Just to go through the teams that are already part of the league: Team Liquid, Romantic Gaming, Team Expert, and the Fantastic Four come in as teams from Season 7. Root Gaming, obviously already qualified, coming in, and they were the first team to make it through the preseason. isIMBA now as well going to be one of those teams, and Cool Guys and Roddy are one of the 2 invited teams. Congratulations to those guys. So that's going to be a pretty fun lineup, by the way. If you didn't see the Cool Guys and Roddy lineup, to Muslim, Indy, M. Canning, Pig, Rotterdam, and Stefano. So